Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be having a little bit of makeup playtime. If you saw my recent haul video, you're probably well aware I got a whole bunch of new stuff that I really want to test out for you on camera. So we're going to be creating this look today. I've got a new eyeshadow palette, some new face palettes, highlighter, lip gloss, whole bunch of new fun stuff to play with. So if you want to see how I created this look and what products I used, get some first impressions on how I've been feeling about these products, we're gonna get into that in just a moment. But before I do, I want to say hello and welcome to any of you who are new here to my channel. My name is Lauren. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I hope you will consider subscribing, coming back, and hanging out with me again in the future. I actually am filming another video today, testing out some makeup dupes, and I believe that video will have gone live before this one, so I will link it for you guys in the description box if you want to learn more about the products I'm testing out. Alright, so now that we have been, properly introduced, let's get into playing with some makeup. Alright, so the first thing that I want to play around with today are these Sigma Sculpt and Blush palettes. As I mentioned in my recent haul video, these are both new to me. I've played around with them a little bit, but I haven't used them on camera yet. So we're going to go into the Sculpt palette first. These are the 6 shades that are inside. It looks like the entire top row is shimmery and the bottom is all matte. So we're going to start with the matte shades first, and I'm gonna contour my cheeks a little bit. I haven't used this brush in a hot minute and I absolutely love it. I don't even know if they still make this anymore. It's the Real Techniques Bold Metals contouring brush. So absolutely stunning for getting like a really nice chiseled contour. So I'm gonna go into this shade called Faking It, and I'm gonna pick up only like a little bit because I remember this being a pretty concentrated product. So I'm gonna just take this right under my cheekbones and I'm gonna start blending this in slight upward motions. So something I've noticed with this product as I have used it, in the pan it looks very, very cool toned. I feel like on my skin it almost has like a rosy hue to it. It's interesting. It doesn't look gray on my face, but it almost appears like warmer than I think it's going to. Maybe it depends on kind of how your face is turned in the light. I don't know. I'm not sure what it is. I just feel like there's something about this that's maybe just a tiny bit patchy. I feel like the Makeup Forever Artist Face Color in S112 is my new favorite contouring product. It's so buildable and it just blends right into your skin. It's very, very easy to apply and like very difficult to screw up. This I feel like it's just a little bit more finicky. I feel like, I don't know, I just tend to see it kind of patching just a little bit or clinging in certain areas and being a little bit more difficult to blend. So not my like absolute favorite contour. We'll see how it blends together with the blush. I do want to add a little bit more warmth kind of around the perimeter of my face. So I think what I'm going to do is mix Throw Shade down here with this color 24 Karat, which is a little bit of shimmer in it. I don't want this to be like too intense and shimmery. I'm going to go in with a big fluffy brush so that way it's a little less intense, and I'm just going to take this kind of around the perimeter of my face. I'm going to take a little bit on my nose, give myself that sun-kissed look on my chin, and then just buff it gently over my cheeks. So that definitely warmed my complexion up nicely. I don't know if it's my favorite tone. It's maybe a little bit muddier than I would like, and I feel like the blending was a little less smooth than I would prefer. Again, once I've applied the rest of my makeup, we'll see how it all comes together. But right now I feel like I like it, but it's not my favorite. So moving on to the blush palette here. This also has 6 really beautiful shades inside. And some of these have a little bit of shimmer. I think Tiger Lily and Spiced here, these 2 shades have a bit of a sheen. The other ones are all matte. This guy up here, Corderosa, is one of my favorite blush shades ever. I have that in a single and I am absolutely obsessed with it. So I think we should use something a little bit different. I'm kind of looking at maybe using this Tiger Lily shade down here. Yes, it's glowy, but I do love a good kind of orangey peachy blush. I'm gonna go in with my Sonia Kashuk blush brush and just gently buff this in. That is very glowy. It's got a really pretty pink shift to it, but like in the right light when it catches it, it's got a lot of gold reflect to it. Like you could definitely wear this blush without a highlight and get a lot of glow if you wanted to save yourself a step, because see, that's got a lot of sheen in it. It's really pretty though. I think I'm actually gonna take just like a hint of Corda Rosa just to add a little bit more of the pink tone, since I feel like Tiger Lily is very gold, like I'm getting a lot of the reflect. I want a little bit more of a blushy tone. Yeah, that's a nice combination. Now there is a highlight in the sculpting palette, but I have something else here I really want to try out. I got this little sample of the Fenty Beauty Killawatt Freestyle highlighter in a set that I bought recently, so I have not used this yet. Oh man, it is glittery and gold and reflective. I feel like I'm already very shiny right now, but whatever, we're just gonna roll with it. I'm gonna swatch this. It feels like butter. Oh, that's so nice. It's actually a little bit less crazy intense than I think I thought it was going to be. It's like a nice sort of wet looking sheen. I'm excited for this. I'm gonna use a little Moda highlight and glow brush here. So I'm just gonna pick up a little bit of this, tap off my excess. Woo. See, I actually feel like this is a very similar sheen to the blush we just applied. So it definitely is intensifying the shine for sure, but it really blends like right into the blush because they're very, very similar in tone. Dang, I am glowing. I'm glowing right now. So I will say this much, if I pull myself a little bit closer, all of this shine definitely is enhancing the texture on my skin. I feel like it's kind of hard to avoid that with really blinding highlights, and I'm a normal human, so my skin is not absolutely perfect. I don't think it looks terrible, but it is just something to note if you're very sensitive about the texture on your skin and you're really, really worried about enhancing it. These products may not be the best. All right, so I am going to put on my brows, I'm gonna prep my eyelids, and then we're gonna get into this guy right here. And I'm back. Brows are on, eyes are prepped. Let's crack into this guy. So this is the Downtown palette from Iconic Beauty Los Angeles. They're sold on the Juno & Co website. Juno & Co did send this over to me in PR to test out. And as you can see, this is a pretty spot-on dupe for the Huda Beauty Desert Dusk palette, which is a really beautiful collection of warm tones and purples. I was very tempted to buy the original Huda palette, but I resisted because they're very expensive. I actually don't own any of her big palettes like this. So I'm kind of excited to get a chance to play around with this today and see what kind of look I can come up with. I also showed this to you guys in my recent haul video, but I also picked up one of these Tarte chrome paints in the shade Top Yacht, which is a really beautiful champagne. So I want to make sure I think about that in my looks. I'd like to incorporate it as well. So I think I'm just gonna play and like make stuff up as I go along. I'm gonna start with this shade right here called Pershing Square, and I'm just going to start buffing that into the crease. Holy fallout. Okay, can you guys see that? I like dipped my brush in here barely and it kicked up a ton of powder, so gonna need to be careful with that. Pigmentation on that's actually surprisingly not that bad, and it's blending out decently well, so far so good. So that color went on really beautifully. It was just very, very dusty in the pan. Like a lot of powder went flying everywhere, so that was really the only thing about this shadow I didn't like. But on the eyes, it looks really nice. So next, I think I'm gonna go in with this shade called Bradbury. I'm gonna pick this up on my Sigma E35 brush. Gonna, again, tap really gently because these are very powdery, and I'm just going to apply this into the lower part of my crease and kind of concentrating it around the outer corner. Do I feel like doing a halo eye today? Maybe I feel like doing a halo eye today. I'm gonna take this also into the inner corner as well, leaving a spot that's naked right in the center. For all the kick up I'm getting in the pan, this shadow is going on really beautifully. It is very, very pigmented, and it's building and blending on top of itself really nicely without patching. So I am enjoying it in that respect. Just gonna go back in with that first brush and make sure everything is blended nicely together. I'm seriously digging this purple shade right here called Aloe Vera. It looks so stunning. So I'm gonna take this small tapered blending brush. It's an E45 from Sigma, and I'm going to just pick up a little bit of this, and I'm going to tap this right on the outer and I think on the inner corner of my eye. This brush though, dude, it's so clutch. It's so nice for doing precise blending work. Loving that. Ooh, this is fun. This is actually working pretty nicely. So there are a lot of really fun shimmery shades in this palette. I honestly don't even know which one I want to use. I'm kind of gravitating towards this shade Angel. This looks really nice. Ooh, it feels very soft and buttery. Let's give it a swatch and see what it looks like. Ooh, oh snap. That's almost like a topper, like an iridescent sparkly topper. That is super stunning. Then you have this shade over here called LA Live. Let's see, what do you look like? Ooh, so this one's almost more of a mauve-y sparkle, but it's again very sheer and has almost like an iridescence to it. That's really interesting. And then this shade down here is called Flower Market. This reminds me of this ColourPop shade called Come and Get It. It's like a pink gold duochrome, almost kind of like the blush I'm wearing. That one, see, doesn't look as pigmented. Let me see if I can pick up any more. Yeah, that one is definitely more disappointing than the other two. The other two were more interesting to me. I think I'm feeling the biggest pull to this shade here, which is called Angel, and I'm gonna see how it applies to the brush. This is the E55 eye shading brush from Sigma, so we'll see how this goes. I don't know if it would be better with the finger just because it is one of those more metallic-y shades, but let's see. It's actually not bad with a brush. I'm just gonna pop this right into that like little naked center spot there. I feel like you kind of have to go in and build with this and kind of keep layering it up, but it is building it nicely on top of itself, so that's promising. I feel like I just need like a little bit of something else. So I'm gonna take, I think, this shade up here called Grand Terminal on like a smaller flat definer brush, and I'm just gonna use this kind of like right on the edge of where I put that light purple shade Angel to blend together. All right guys, so here is where the look is at right now. Kind of digging it. It's got a really fun, very orangey kind of vibe. I'm gonna take some of this chrome paint from Tarte in the shade Top Yacht, and I'm gonna pop this, I think, into the inner corner of the eyes. This is so stunning. Got this tiny little smudge brush from Sigma. It's an E21, so I'm gonna just go in here. This is almost like a cream eyeshadow. It is crazy foiled and beautiful. I feel like applying this with a brush, it's a little chunky. It probably would go on better with my fingers, but it's just hard to do that in such a tiny area. I wonder what would happen if I just took like a little tiny bit of this and just tapped it. Yeah, just like right on the high point, right on the very center. Just to really spotlight that look. Ooh, yeah. Digging that. That definitely added just like a little bit of something that this look needed. I'm gonna go back in with my small tapered blending brush, and I'm just gonna pick up a tiny little bit of that purple olive berry shade right on the tip of this brush and smudge it on the lower lash line. All right guys, so I'm just gonna put on some liner, mascara, lashes, and then I'll be right back. All right guys, so lashes and liner are on, and I feel like that was exactly what this look needed to pull it together. I'm really loving how the whole thing looks, and I actually just checked the price on the Downtown palette, and it's 12 bucks right now on the Juno & Co website, which is so insane. I feel like those shadows performed really nicely actually. They were very pigmented, they weren't too patchy, they were very powdery, there was a lot of kick up in the pan, so just be wary of that. And I feel like all the metallic shades weren't super foiled and buttery. They were smooth, but they were more of like shiny top coats, so they probably would be helped if you added like a setting spray or applied them on top of a glitter glue or something like that. But either way, I am really liking the way that this eye look came out. I think it's really pretty, so good on that. Now I just need to finish things up with lips. I am gonna go in with this Bite Beauty lip pencil, which is not anything new. This is in the shade 022. It's just a really pretty nude color. I really want to use the Fenty Gloss Bomb. I just got this and it came in the set with the highlighter, and I've heard nothing but amazing things about this lip gloss. I just feel like I need a little something underneath it, so we're gonna go in with a nude lip pencil first. I'm so excited for this right now. Ooh, got a really nice big chunky doe foot. Ooh, it smells like fruity candy or something. Ooh, Ooh, that is nice. I really like the way that is looking, honestly. I feel like it gives you that very wet, glassy sheen, and it's got a very thick, gel-like, almost pillowy kind of texture on the lips, but it's not sticky. Like, your lips don't feel like they're being glued together when you press them. It definitely feels like you're wearing a lip product. So if you don't like the feeling of a lip gloss, if you don't like the thickness, you probably wouldn't really be into this, but I love how hydrating it feels, and I think it looks stunning. So here is the final look. I'm actually really pretty happy with how it all came together, especially the eyes. I think they ended up looking really beautiful, and considering that I used a palette that was $12, I mean, I have very few complaints. Do I think it's going to be as good as the original Huda Beauty palette? No, I'm certain that it's not, but it definitely provided some good pigmentation. I got a really pretty look out of it. So if Huda is out of your price range, if you can't afford it but you love the color story, this is a really great option. I'm also really loving this little duo from Fenty Beauty. Honestly, I'm so glad that I went this route as opposed to buying either of these products full size, because while they're both beautiful, I know I'll never go through the entire full size. Like, this is the perfect amount of product. The gloss bomb is so stunning. It's really comfortable, and I'm just really loving the way that it looks. The highlight is ridiculous. This is so blinding and so beautiful, but again, when am I ever going to go through an entire highlighter? So this little mini is perfect. It's just the right amount for me. And now that I have the rest of my makeup on, I feel like I'm liking the way these face products are looking even more. The blush and the bronzer all melted in with the highlight really beautifully. It's very, very glowy. I definitely don't think you need to go with a glowy blush and such a blinding highlight at the same time, but whatever. Today I'm just having fun and playing around with makeup, so I don't mind being a little over the top with the glow factor. But really, I think you do get some really beautiful blush shades in here. Of the two of these, so far I'm leaning towards a blush palette over the sculpting palette, just because there are some darker shades in here I don't think I'm going to get as much use out of, whereas I feel like I could use every shade in this blush palette. Even the darker ones, I could probably use them as an eyeshadow if I didn't want to use them on my cheeks, but I feel like this is a little bit more versatile and something I'll get more use out of. And of course, the Tarte Chrome Paint is absolutely stunning. This added just that little bit of extra lightness and brightness that I feel like really pulled this look together. Very much looking forward to continuing to use this and incorporating it in more of my looks, because it is kind of amazing. So that is it for today's makeup playtime. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. I hope it was fun to see this look come together and to see some of these products in action. If you enjoy this series on my channel, make sure you give this video a thumbs up. I always really appreciate your feedback. And again, if you're not subscribed and you want to see more of my videos in the future, make sure you click the button before you go, and then we can hang out. You can see my face pop up in your subscription feed, and you can come chat about beauty again with me in the future. I hope you guys all have an amazing, amazing rest of your day, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.